Welcome to Mary Alice.
What did you do?
We are a Desperate Housewives recap podcast with me, Erin McGee.
And me, Jakub Tanzi. Two best friends breaking down each episode until we answer the ultimate question, Mary Alice, what did you do?
Unless, of course, we have finished season 1, in which case, insert new mystery here.
Yes, there's a lot to unpack on Wisteria Lane.
Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
So get comfortable and let's get into this week's episode. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jakub.
Hello, Erin.
Oh, we've never done that before. It felt very,
Formal.
Yeah. Hold on, quick. What's up? How are you?
I'm fine. I've just recovered from another cold. It's been quite relentless this winter. Every time I'm free of its icy grasp,
This is the winter of
just
discontent.
comes me back. Yeah.
How
How have you been?
I'm good. I took my Christmas tree down, and I think for future episodes you will all see various moving boxes in the background. Here's what I made earlier, but you can't see it because
They never will, because the only thing we use this video for is reels, which will crop out that box in the corner of the screen.
So anyway, I've been packing. They've been sending us updates, and they sent me pictures of my kitchen, and they sent me pictures of my staircase, and it's essentially just white walls, but I'm very excited because they're my white walls.
Woo!
Woo! What did I have on my list for the preamble today?
Shall I go first?
Yes, please.
I have been so addicted this last week or so to selling stuff on Vinted.
That's so weird because I've been buying things on Vinted in a way that I've never bought on Vinted before.
Should we have just cut out the middleman? I'll just sell you my things cash in hand.
I would just wear your clothes.
I've made like £300 in the last week and a half.
Okay, I've not spent £300. I have bought I bought the shirt I'm wearing, and I needed to feel more in control of the move, so I bought dungarees to wear when I move.
It's giving house move energy, dungarees.
Yeah. But yeah, you've been selling.
Yeah, I have so many boxes of stuff in storage.
Yeah.
From when I was living abroad that I've just not touched because I'm like, well, I'm trying to get my own place. There's no point unpacking it all. But I've gone through little bits of it and I'm like, I don't need these. I have a ton of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some of which are worth quite a lot. I found 3 copies of the Egyptian God cards, which were supposedly from the first ever print run of any copy of the Egyptian God cards that came out as a promotional item with the Game Boy Advance game in 2000.
Yeah.
And I saw someone selling them on Vinted for $2,000, which is not Vinted, sorry, eBay. But no, I've been on Vinted.
Yeah.
But I mean, mine are not in a good enough condition to sell for $2,000. But I'm like, okay, I can make some bucks out here. So
yeah,
it's been a good time.
Also, ever since you said it, all I can hear in my head, because Yu-Gi-Oh, for anybody who doesn't know,
you mean there's not a huge crossover in the Desperate Housewives fandom and Yu-Gi-Oh players?
It is another weird way that we cross over, isn't it? So basically, in Yu-Gi-Oh, you get 80 episodes a season, and it's very formulaic. I think even big fans of Yu-Gi-Oh can attest to that. And every time they bring up Egyptian God cards, Yu-Gi goes, "It is an Egyptian God card," in that voice. So that's all I can hear. I did actually try and give you some traction, and I liked your Dark Magician Girl listing because I was like, he'll know it's me, but you didn't.
Thanks, babe. And no, I didn't.
I think that's because my display picture is not me.
That'll do it.
I'm lurking on Vinted. Speaking of lurking, someone out there is trying to hack us. We've reached a certain point of fame. It's gone to both of our heads. Someone is trying to hack my Instagram and Jakub's Instagram, and it was only because I brought up to Jakub that I realized that they're coming for him too. What do we have in common? This podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's the only explanation.
But again, our Instagram follower account isn't huge. I mean, I have more on my personal, and so do you. So I don't.
Hey, if you're the desperado who's trying to hack our accounts, leave a comment.
If you're the
Identify yourself.
Show yourself. If you are the desperado trying to hack our account, my mother's maiden name is
It's so random.
What's the name of your first pet, Jakub? I'll tell you mine. The first I remember was a hamster called Pikachu.
I actually won't tell you mine because I'm pretty sure that is like a safe word for several, or security question answer for several things.
Mine isn't because I hated Pikachu the hamster. That thing was a biter. And I realized that was probably my fault. In some way, per Pikachu, but all my memories of him are not fond. And I think he died because, again, hamsters never die in a normal way. He ate my primary one blazer. I remember seeing a big chunk of it missing, and our coats would hang ever so slightly next to the cage. Mo McGee, fan of the pod, big fan of her work being me. If you could fact check this for me and let me know if I hallucinated this, that'd be great. Excellent. But yeah, if you're the hacker trying to get us, I'm a bit too flattered. I'm not mad. Game recognizes game.
I was annoyed initially until I realized what was happening because I thought it was just some random person trying to hack my account because I got 2 emails saying that someone's tried to reset my password even after I reset it. But then when I realized it's been happening to you and it's a pod thing, I know what you mean. I'm like, oh, okay.
Who me?
Little old me.
Will we get into this beautiful episode?
Indeed. This is season 2, episode 10. It's called Come Home.
Me every day while you were in Japan messaging you.
Come home.
Oh, the kids missed you, our children. Have we not spoken about our children that we have together on this pod yet? How weird.
Calling all desperados.
Are you enjoying the pod?
Want to access our episodes early and support Erin and I to keep the show running?
Well, now you can.
Over at patreon.com/modded, you can support the show for as little as £3 a month.
Why, Jakub, that's less than the price of the coffees that keep us coherent during records.
Truly, no joke. You can get a shout out from us here, access episodes a whole day earlier than everyone else, and even get access to occasional bonus watch along episodes.
Ooh.
We're aiming for monthly.
But no pressure. Seriously.
We love you either way.
It's just there if you're looking for a way to show your appreciation and help us keep doing what we do.
Want to support the show for free? Tell a friend.
Tell your mother.
Tell your aunt who you know loves Desperate Housewives.
Tell your therapist.
Tell your ex-boyfriend.
No, do not break no contact. But tell anyone who might enjoy our ramblings.
And leaving a review helps more than you know.
We love you, desperados.
That's patreon.com/modded. MAWDYD.
Now, back to the episode.
Mary Alice voiceover tells us about all the ways that you can tell that Bree is a lady as we see her meet Big Bad Barton at George's home. There's police tape, there's a small crowd that's gathered outside, and basically, so now Bree knows that George is dead because she let him die in the previous episode.
Yeah, because she was there.
Yeah. So now she has to act like nothing is wrong with the authorities, that
she's very versed for this. She's the best person for this task.
For sure. She's like, oh, have you found George? Have you guys heard anything? But they inform her again of his death and ask her to identify some evidence, and that evidence being her bra and pants that George had stolen.
Thank you for saying pants, because
I
hate the other word. I
Yeah.
hate it. I'm not as bad. Like, I'm a grown up. You know, when people hear people say moist and they're like, get away from me. I'm like, calm down. Let's all be okay. I mean, I don't find the word panties pleasant, but I can say
You'll
it.
live. You got
I'll
through
live.
the episode unscathed.
Yeah, but well.
So as they're discussing George's room of, quote, unsavory items that they found, in the background, the police carry out a mannequin with a ginger wig and Bree's clothing. And do you remember in like the other episode when George was having his house raided and I was like, oh my God, that's reminded me of something coming up? It was this. And so Bree's wondering aloud what George could possibly have been doing with a life-size doll. But
Come on, Bree.
The awkward silence that the cops have says it all.
Yes.
In any case, the mannequin is evidence that has to go back to the station. So Bree puts on a big old smile and lies about how fine she is. And Mary Alice returns to talking about the ways in which you can tell that she is a lady. The prime example being that she can remain dignified in the most undignified situation. And we see her walk past the crowd of neighbours, head held high, as the police follow close behind with George's Bree sex doll.
I'm quite sure in this scene that Marcia Cross is wearing a wig.
Oh, just so it can more closely match the mannequin one? I would believe that. I didn't clock it, but I would believe it.
I didn't clock it, but I believe it. Sorry, I drank my coffee too fast and I've got the hiccups. Big Bad Barton seems very compassionate in this scene, and I appreciate that. I feel like he's saying, I was clearly wrong, and I'm going to be a bit nicer to this person.
I do feel guilty that I've clocked Big Bad Barton as a big bad, when actually, on reflection, I feel like he's a red herring, and ultimately, George is the big bad, and we've been saying, he's the monster of the week every week, and at a certain point, is he the monster of the week, or is he just the monster?
He is the monster of the season.
Exactly.
Also, about Big Bad Barton, you should feel guilty. His wife has been in touch.
What?
No.
What? I was like, are you getting guests for the pod behind my back?
We've not reached out for any guest stars in a while. And,
should we reach out to Big Bad Barton? I've not thought about
should.
him. Yeah. I would like to talk to him about several shows.
Yeah, we could reach out to Big Bad Barton. It's just, I don't know, because we're already getting hackers. I don't know if we can handle. Also, I did something so gross. So gross. If somebody else had told me this, I would not believe it. I was at a house party for New Year's Eve, and somebody was speaking to me about Buffy, and somebody brought up Buffy's roommate, and I said, I know her. No, I don't. No, I don't. But I was so excited to be like, she's great. And then I could hear myself talking, and I could hear how gross I sounded, but I couldn't stop.
I would do the exact same thing. I would do the exact same thing. Also, did you see they've announced what the title of the new Buffy show is going to be?
No, what's it going to be called? Tell me it's Original Sin. Tell me it's Original Sin.
I wish. No, it's going to be Buffy New Sunnydale.
That's not a good title.
I think Sarah Michelle was talking about how it's like, well, it's not quite a sequel, it's not a remake, and the title kind of shows that like it's new, but it's the same.
Yeah, it's still a horrendous title.
What would you call it?
Even back in Sunnydale is better than New Sunnydale.
Well, do you know what? At least it's not Original Sin.
No, I want it to be Original Sin. Original Sins of Sunnydale. Original Sunnydale. Done.
We've done it. Let's message Sarah.
Let's message Sarah.
Let's get Dagny to message Sarah for us.
So.
Do 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 do. I had nothing. I just went for it.
I really respect you going for it. I had nothing.
Good.
I was like, this is going to be. So let's get into a group of scenes that we've put together. I guess they're the non-housewife scenes is what I would call them. There's not enough in Betty's arc for kind of a standalone. There's bits of Zach in there. Let's just get to it. We hear Mary Alice say, it's a story as old as time itself, the return of the prodigal son. And no matter how many times it's repeated, or how the details might vary, or how the names might change, the story always ends the same way, in the tender embrace of a loving father. We see Zach come home, we see Paul recognize Zach, drop the paper, run towards him, and give him a hug. And it got me emotional, okay?
Zach has finally completed his marathon.
He's back. That's why he's walking so slowly. He's sore. He's got bunions. I don't know what I would do if you told me you were going to do a marathon.
Well, you don't have to worry about it because that will never be the case.
I think there's some people that do marathons and I'm like, amazing, wonderful, makes total sense for you. There's some people that do marathons where I go, were you just not getting enough attention?
Yeah.
And that's my hot take of the day. So we cut to Zach, who is eating a sandwich, and he asks Paul about Felicia's reveal that his mum was a drug addict from Utah. Paul confirms this. Then Zach asks about his dad, and Paul says, that could be anybody. And we are back to Paul lying.
I really hate this choice from Paul.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
It's like, you know, he finally has Zach back, and I think he has to earn Zach's trust back. And this is just like a lie that's so likely to come out sooner or later.
He lives on your street. I understand.
Crazy choice.
I understand that he's thinking, I'm moving him away.
How did that go for him the last time he tried to move Zach away? We now have a scene that is Mike and Betty and Edie. And I just think that's such a random combination of characters. That's like, I forgot they're all part of the same cinematic universe.
That's so funny because I've written, in what universe do these people even know each other? I know it's the same street and the same show, but no, these people have never met.
It's odd. It feels out of place. Anyway, we see Mike stop by Betty's for something plumbing related. It's not important. Matthew is gardening, and Edie, who is out for a run, stops next to them. And Edie flags the newspaper that's talking about the man who broke into Gabby's place, i.e. Caleb. And we learn that the police don't know his name, that he hasn't said anything, and that he's being held in, quote, the psych ward.
Don't like that.
Apparently it's enough for Betty to know exactly where he's being held. But in any case, once Betty and Matthew are alone, Betty says that they are going to go and get him.
My side conspiracy about this, and the only way this makes sense is not a completely random scene, is Caleb is not at home, so she can get all the handiwork done that she needs to get done in this period of time without exposing that Caleb is in the basement. I'm not even joking.
That makes
I'm
sense.
like,
She's like, I've got a list, Michael.
And he's like, Delfino on the phone. He's ready. And he's single now, so he has literally nothing else to do on this lane. So, anywho, we cut to a random scene where I thought something had gone wrong on my Disney. We see a newspaper with Caleb's face on it. It's open on that page. And what looks like, dare I say, a private detective type of room. There are two men. One man wants his handcuffs, and upon packing his bag, explains to his, I'm going to say subordinate, we do not recycle ball gags. Take a look at the teeth marks. It's gross. Does this man work for Detective Inspector Hitman?
Well, my main comment was, where is Detective Inspector Hitman? I want him back. I miss him dearly.
He's still looking for Paul.
And he's on the lane. He's on the lane.
He's on the lane.
And I thought he was a better detective than that, because isn't it like a statistic that it's like 90% of the time they're just at home or something when someone's missing?
Yeah. Or maybe Paul rejected him because he's in love with him, remember?
So now he just has a grudge against the lane, won't do any work there. Yeah. That's fair. I respect his boundaries.
Yeah. So
now we have this random man with a ball gag. That is not, I don't understand what the ball gag is doing there. It's so out of place. What?
It feels...
Is the implication that when they, I guess, kidnap people, they use the ball gag to quieten them? Is that the implication?
Yeah, I guess that's the implication.
Great.
I think they're trying to show that this is in some ways an official person, but in some ways a not official person.
I think it was just an odd choice.
It was. You know what else was an odd choice? Calling them Jerry and Monroe.
Yeah.
That was a weird choice. Jerry asks if Monroe needs help, but Monroe declines. And that's the scene. And it's weird. And I get that it's trying to set up something else. I don't know. I felt like it felt like being vague for the sake of being vague.
Yeah, because even when we had Mr. Detective Hitman for the first time, it was like through someone going to see him, you know? One of the characters that we know, we were eased into it. Next scene, Betty has infiltrated the psych ward under the guise of volunteering to play the piano for patients.
All we know about Betty at this point, you remember when we first were getting to know Mike and all we knew was that he liked the cinema? All we know about Betty is that she plays the piano. And they tie it into every scene.
It's true. It's really, but I mean, we don't spend enough time with her to get to know her any further.
No.
So it's like, well, that's her one thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I was at a piano recital. Can't go because I'm playing the piano. Like,
that's all I have written for that scene. To be quite frank, it should have probably been combined with the next one.
Probably,
but in any case, here we go.
The random hitman, who is not an inspector, also infiltrates the facility, to which I would say it would appear a very easy facility to infiltrate. Do we think it's similar to the one that Zach was in?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
I just thought of that now. Betty is in full concert mode and Monroe wiggles over, sees Matthew there in the back, who then gives Caleb his jacket and a hat as a form of disguise. And then we're on the sneak. Matthew and Caleb are sneaking out while Betty is playing. Sneaky, sneaky.
And by sneaking out, you mean literally just stand up and walk out.
Sneaky, sneaky. And I will say, I don't know how you read this. To me, Monroe, he looked impressed.
Yeah. I think, am I making this up, or was there a shot where, because he was disguised as like a staff, like a medical staff member. Did he have like an injection of something at the ready to like drug Caleb with?
Yeah, he walked past what would have been Caleb's room. Caleb's under John Doe. And I'm guessing it's one of those, either a drug to sedate him so he can take him away. I didn't think it was going to be to kill him.
No,
I'm
because
getting the sense this is torture.
Oh, I thought it was just to sedate and kidnap because of the whole thing with the ball gag. Time will tell. In the next scene, we're back to Paul. Paul goes to Mike's place to essentially confront him and tell him that Zach is back, but that he wants Mike to leave them alone. And he threatens going to the police about the Dune Desert murder attempt. And explains to Mike that, you know, him and Zach are going to move and like, let's just all get on with our lives.
Yeah.
Mike agrees for now, but he ain't moving, meaning Paul. Or Mike will go to police. It's Dune Desert mutually assured destruction.
I loved this scene. I thought it was so interesting. These two characters together are very interesting to me. And Paul has this kind of vibe to him of, yeah, I lied to Zach. Yeah, you're his dad. Get over it. Like, it's just so, this is my kid. And this is nothing to do with you, actually. And you're just this guy. And
which in a way is true.
We have no idea what's really going on in Mike's head in terms of how involved he wants to be in Zach's life yet. Or I do think to a degree, I'm such a Paul fan that it's hard. I don't know if Mike telling Zach is just a thing where he's going, I'm just going to tell him and then we'll figure out the rest later. Whereas Paul's thinking, but what comes from that? What's next after that? What does that look like?
I think Mike probably feels he owes it to Dana is one thing. Deirdre, sorry.
Zach is
yeah.
Dana. How do you not remember that?
I need to listen back to our podcast.
Right. I've started watching the recaps now. I never used to. Now I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think he feels he owes it to Deirdre, but also I just think because Mike is such a like traditional macho guy, he probably just feels like this is my responsibility and therefore I have to do this and hasn't really thought further ahead than
I think
one step at a time kind of thing.
I think that's one of the reasons that Paul's intimidated. I'm not saying that Mike should have said, here's my plan and here's what it looks like. But I think it's the unknown of what that reveal will do to him and Zach's relationship that's scaring Paul.
I can totally understand why Paul's scared him.
Oh yeah.
Like in any situation with like adoption or whatever, the idea of your kid going to the birth parents is scary.
Yeah, and also Mary Alice died for this. You know?
Yeah. And Deirdre died as well. So
I don't think he's even bothered about Deirdre. One of my favorite things about Paul, genuinely, and this is not okay, I understand, is how much he doesn't care that he murdered Martha. Like he has no compassion for it. He's like, he sent the note. She sent the note that killed my wife.
Well, he blames Martha for Mary Alice's death, so I can totally see why he wouldn't feel guilty over it.
Oh, absolutely. It's just sometimes you get like a little bit of guilt. Like for Bree, let's look at Bree's situation, which happens later in the plot. We see a bit of guilt from her because even though George, in my opinion, deserved everything he got, there's still a bit of, but I let someone die. Paul hit that woman over the head with a blender, strangled her to death, rolled her in a rug.
And then probably made a smoothie with that blender.
And he's like, and I would do it again. And that's why I love Paul.
And that's all of the main plot you're going to get for this episode. So now let's delve into the individual comedy arcs of the episode.
Believe it or not, that was the main mystery. And it makes sense to me that it's all a bit jumbled, disconnected, doesn't feel quite right.
Because none of the main women are involved.
Nope. Lynette has let Ed know that the company has a daycare policy, and she's very intrigued by this because most of the staff have been fired, and Lynette feels like her and Ed have been picking up a lot of the slack, and she's not had any time to spend with her children. Even Ed hasn't seen his child and seems genuinely upset about it, which shocked me a bit. I thought it was a nice choice. Sally in accounting has 3 kids. Pat, the receptionist, is a Mormon and has 6 children. Good on you, Pat.
And she just had her 6th one, and she's at least in her 50s. So yeah, good on her.
Fresh. Sorry, I saw your note for the scene saying get her on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
She also seems like she'd be a good member of the Duggar family. You won't get that reference, but it's important.
I believe it. I'll leave it in.
The Duggars had 19 children. Work diva.
That's too many.
So anyway, Lynette is doing the mental math in her head of all the people in the office, her children, etc. And it seems that Ed's daughter, Mindy, is the swing vote. Ed explains that his wife won't agree to the daycare. And Lynette says she would like to talk to Fran. Ed and Lynette's vibe is very nice.
Yeah, and it made me, because I feel like in the previous episode when Nina got fired, it kind of humanized her a bit when she made it clear that, you know, Ed is so hard to work for and da-da-da-da-da. And then immediately we're seeing that doesn't really seem like the case.
It seems like he is willing to pick up the slack because of and work late hours as well. And he seems quite competent. Now, I do wonder if some of it is because Nina's known him so long and he's grown up a lot, perhaps, and she's still got that view of him. But I really like the way that already Ed is like, the best thing for me to do is to let Lynette.
Yeah, I just think that the writers they had the character of Ed from the previous storyline with Nina and Lynette, but now this is like a new storyline and they're just treating Ed like a new character since they hadn't developed him much, because it does feel like a completely different character, really.
Well, I mean, it does make sense though if you think about it, because yeah, he had those kind of initial bits of, oh, this is a bit of a frat boy type of vibe. But he also didn't mind that Lynette brought her baby to the interview, hired her straight away.
That's true.
There are some signs that he was always kind of an all right guy.
Well, speaking of frat, let's talk about Fran. Ed's wife, Fran, turns up to the office to talk to Lynette. Fran is all in pink. She's clearly a girly girl.
She's a little pink princess, and her face was bothering me, and because I knew that face and I knew that voice, and she is the mum in Kindergarten Cop.
I haven't seen that.
Jakub!
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah, take your toy back to the carpet.
Yeah, I know of it.
It's very important.
I like that she's such a girly girl and all in pink and stuff because it tracks with, like, I can totally see her having gone for a frat boy when she was younger.
She's got, if this were set today, she'd be a Pilates princess for sure.
Yep. We cut to Lynette clearly having finished her sort of pitch to Fran about the daycare.
And she looks great here. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah, she's got... wait, actually, is she wearing the same dress she had on in the previous scene? Like the Starry Night dress?
I can't remember.
I forgot to comment about that in the previous scene.
But the Starry Night scene was beautiful.
It's beautiful. Stunning. It looked like a going out dress almost, like it was sparkly.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I think this is a suit in this one.
Okay.
But she still looks great. And her hair's down and curly and loose and funky and free.
All of the above.
Yes.
D, all of the above. Lynette finishes pitching to Fran about the daycare, to which Fran is not amenable. She just loves to be a stay-at-home mom.
Can't relate.
Yeah. Lynette certainly can't. She can't understand why Fran doesn't want any time to herself. And Fran makes some outrageously judgmental comments to Lynette for choosing to work rather than to raise her kids. Why did she even have kids? Imagine making money to support your family. How selfish. It was crazy.
It was crazy. She says, why did you have kids if you weren't going to raise them? And, you know, well, Fran, we're not friends. I do like Lynette's response, though, because she has this look of, I don't know if this was the intention from Felicity Huffman, but this look of, oh, you're being defensive. This isn't about me.
Maybe Lynette used to be more like Fran when she started being a mother, maybe.
She maybe recognizes that type of person, but also I think she gets the sense From where this arc goes, I think Lynette has pinpointed very quickly that Fran is defensive.
Yeah.
Next, we have another scene of Lynette and Ed working late. They have takeout containers about the place. Lynette tells Tom on the phone to kiss the kids goodnight for her. And Ed is explaining how protective of the baby Fran is. And their dynamic is very fun. But Lynette's a pusher, baby. She's gonna push them buttons. She said, it's your kid too, you gotta do things. Or, if you don't push the daycare, poor Mindy will grow up to be a stripper. To which I say, is there anything wrong with that?
No. However, it is another episode in which there's an implication that not having a father figure equals slutty daughter.
Thank you.
Which is...
Thank you.
Like two episodes pretty close together. What are we doing?
Also, it's another, look, there's so much to unpack of that, because there's the not having a father directly makes your daughter promiscuous, but also means that somebody being promiscuous makes them a bad person or is like a horrific thing, or it's so slut-shamey. And it's also, again, this idea of you need a man influence in your life, and I don't think a lot of people do. Or even if they don't have a father, for example, lots of people have wonderful grandfathers, teachers, store owners, or, I always think that the best kind of male influence in my life was my uncle. And I think about that all the time. I don't think I was deprived of a father figure. So yeah, no, it annoyed me too. I'm glad you brought it up, because sometimes, do you know when something kind of gets under your skin, particularly in TV shows, and you go to bring it up, but it's something that kind of isn't a wound for you, but it's a bit of a niggle. You kind of go, oh, me talking about this again, kind of thing. It's like, oh, Aaron's going to talk about dads again. Jakub's going to talk about hating women again.
Oh, every week.
Let Minty be a stripper. Let her do her thing.
Yeah.
If she wants to.
Maybe she'll be in the Wisteria Lane reboot as an adult.
I would love to see her in the reboot as owning this company now. I know that can't be where it goes, but that would be really fun. So.
Yes, in the next scene, Lynette turns up to work and finds Ed with Mindy. And she's like, oh, this is a nice surprise. But yeah.
Can we talk about this for a second? I am pretty sure now, I could be wrong about this. This could be Erin misremembering. I think that they say Mindy is 17 weeks old.
I did not clock the age whatsoever.
I'm hoping I've misheard it, and they said 17 months. In fact, I know exactly who to call on this. Summer, if you're listening to this. We have a wonderful Desperado Summer, who I think is unofficially our fact checker. I would like you to tell me, if the child is supposed to be 17 weeks, I need you to know that is so far from a 17-week-old baby, Jakub. That is not a 4-month-old baby. That is an old baby.
It's an old maiden type of baby.
That baby can walk. That baby's signing up for a pension very soon. Anyway.
Yeah, so Ed is there with the baby, but daycare isn't ready till next week. But it seems that... how to say this? It seems that in a moment of courage, Ed has kidnapped his own baby.
Yeah.
Or not told Fran.
He's abducted her.
And so naturally, Fran shows up to the office and she is not happy. So while Fran and Ed are arguing, Lynette, who is holding the baby at this time, decides to parent trap Fran and Ed.
Yes.
Sort of. She locks herself in one of the offices and Fran is like, give me my baby back. And blah, blah, blah. But she's like, no. And Ed is like, thank you. But Lynette's like, no, I'm not on your side, Ed. Lynette is an impartial judge in this situation. She's on Mindy's side.
But a judge she is.
Yes.
She gives my quote of the week.
Oh, okay. One of my potential quote of the week is in this scene. So what's yours?
My quote of the week is... Lynette gets a phone call.
Yes.
Pat is like, Tom's on the line for you. And Lynette says, can you see in here I'm holding a baby hostage? I will call back.
Yes, that was a contender for me for sure. Lynette plays couples counselor, essentially, which, let's be honest, that's her favorite side hustle. She loves to play couples counselor.
She loves to play mediator.
Yeah, but she does get through to both of them. Ed has communication issues. Fran needs to realize she can rest and be a good mom. And Lynette emerges victorious. They got daycare. Congratulations, Lynette.
Like, as much as Lynette's getting involved in everyone's business, I get it. But she's usually right. It's hard being right.
And I mean, she in this case, she's not saying anything wrong, and that is true.
Oh, side quest. At time of recording, we have just put up 206. So we usually have a little bit of a future
Proofing
situation. A lot of you love the idea of Morning Glory Milking Farm and have been in touch. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to read it. I have downloaded it. It's on my Kindle. I'm ready to go. I think it's only just over 200 pages, which...
Oh, that's an afternoon for you.
That's just an afternoon, baby. So I'm going to read it.
It's a month for me, so I will not be reading it.
It will be discussed. We're going to talk about it. And I will say that an important disclaimer, this is not my first voyage into monster romance. It's not my usual realm. It's not my preferred genre, but I've dipped the toe in.
Or maybe it will be.
But maybe this has been the thing that...
This is your gateway Minotaur.
Let me know. Let's have a little Desperados book club. This all started because Gabby was wearing a top that looked like udders. And it didn't even look like udders. Isn't it? Kismet. Right. We'll move on to Bree.
Let's do it.
An insane debrief has occurred on the porch, but unfortunately we don't get to see the actual interesting bit. Bree is basically just trying to get ahead of the headlines around George's passing, and once again seems like she is in duty mode. This is where I think you got mixed up, because this is where Lynette is wearing the Starry Starry night dress.
Oh, quite possibly, yeah.
Gabby says a great line, which is, "He's our pharmacist. It's enough to turn you holistic."
It's
right? Susan is glad that he is dead, and Gabby hopes that he suffered, but Bree is still keeping mum to the women about the details. That is when a car drives by, and it's Andrew back from Camp Hennessy.
Hey.
Because Bree cannot know peace on this show. George is gone, guess who's back? Andrew immediately says, "All right, what the hell is going on?"
I know you didn't bring me back from kid jail for my health.
Kid jail's so good. Him coming back weirdly did feel like a breath of fresh air to me when I saw him there. But I did know that it meant that good things were not coming for Bree. She has not known rest.
I'll take him over George any day. And I think Bree would too.
Yeah, probably.
I still don't think that the girls knew that she was dating George. And I don't think the reactions were big enough for me to think Bree told them. But surely it's going to come out in the papers and all of this. It's not important. It doesn't come up again. It just confused me.
And the announcement was in the papers.
Exactly.
I think they would have known that they were dating, perhaps. I don't think they would know that she was engaged, because she wasn't really, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Also, Gabby is wearing another stunning metallic outfit, but we will return to that in her arc because I have things to say about it.
Okay.
So yeah, put a pin in that. In the next scene,
Plop.
we cut to plop. Is that how you put pins down? You just plop them?
I wasn't sure. Well, you didn't say if I was putting a pin in a clothing item or on a table. In my head, it was
In any of those situations, are you plopping a pin
in my
into
head,
something?
it was into a cup of water. Plop. Plop.
We cut to the Vandy camp dining table where Bree has finished giving Andrew all of the info that he's missed out on. And it's very clear that Andrew blames Bree in this moment for his father's death, as she is the one who brought George into the home and who George committed the murder for, whether she knew it or not.
I think this is an important conversation because in some ways, Bree is forced to confront her naivety in some ways. But there's an unnecessary amount of rage.
I don't know. I think that as a teenager, especially who's been in kid jail, he's probably already we know he's harboring a lot of resentment to Bree already, and I just think he's probably still struggling with grief and stuff, and I think this is a not fair but reasonable or realistic reaction for Andrew to have. It's lot of insane information to get, and I don't think he is emotionally equipped to process it all quite yet.
Completely agree.
And I also love that Bree isn't guilting herself too, and that she has enough self-awareness to know that the blame does not belong to her. I really like that.
Yes. And she was hoodwinked by
George,
an expert. A real expert on these things who's done it to women before. It just hurts to see Bree being spoken to in this way because of everything we've seen her just go through. But I completely get it from Andrew's perspective.
Yeah, Andrew hasn't seen what she's gone through, only we have.
And he's essentially giving himself what feels like in this moment an emancipation.
And, despite Bree making it clear she isn't guilting herself, she does say that she hates herself for what happened, to which Andrew responds that now they have something in common.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Ouch! And the scene ends with Andrew having an act of rebellion, which again I think makes sense. He says he's going to invite his friend Justin to stay the night, who we all know gay.
And Bree says there will be no fakeness and no gayness.
Yeah, she's clearly not down to clown with the gays. But as far as Andrew sees it, Bree doesn't get to tell him what to do anymore.
Yes. We cut to Justin and Andrew.
Gay!
Super gay. They are they're heterosexual.
Incorrect.
They're heterosexual males just having some fun time. No, they are playing video games together homosexually.
Yeah, very homosexually.
Yeah, super homosexually. They are playing The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Is that what they're playing?
Yeah, I looked it up. I had to know.
Oh my God.
I was like, what is that?
That's so funny.
Which is hilarious because they all have to come out of the closet to step into Narnia. I don't know if that's why it's that, but that's how I read it.
I mean, a choice was made. There must have been a reason.
Sometimes there's not reasons on this show. Andrew wants to increase the level of gayness, but Justin wants to wait until everybody is asleep. There's still clearly for both of them some hesitance.
Sorry.
What?
I just love you calling that Andrew trying to make out with Justin increase the level of gayness. Just had a delayed reaction to that.
I'm trying to stay in the kind of video game.
Yeah. I see your game.
So Justin and Andrew both seem to be in a similar position of not wanting to be openly out at this point. Andrew says that he wants Bree specifically to walk in on them. Odd. Justin, I think, quite sweetly tries to dissect his motive for that. And Andrew says he made a choice to stop loving Bree after he came out to her, so that when she inevitably to him, stopped loving him, it wouldn't hurt so badly. And this is
really sad.
It's super sad. It's basically explaining to us what looks like this little demon is a little boy who really needs his mummy.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
And I think that kids, especially teenagers, often really underestimate their parents.
Yes.
And I think this is a very clear example of that.
And your brain works differently. And I think as well, if it's your first time opening up to a parent about something huge like this and they reject you, you can't see a future where they want. You just see the rejection and you just feel the rejection. Totally. And it's easy for people to say, they'll come around. It's like, well, respectfully, I know my parent and you don't. Yeah. So, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah. Andrew says that his current plan is to wait in the wings for Bree to make a mistake so he can then use that to his advantage.
And then the scene ends where we see back to The Lion, the Witch, and her Wardrobe video game, someone getting shot down by arrows or something.
Yeah.
The next time we see Bree, she makes this mistake that Andrew is waiting for.
Yeah, it's like, it is one of those Desperate Housewives lines where you go, well, I guess that's what's coming up.
Bree's made a family therapy appointment, but Andrew is not keen. He he basically makes it clear that he wishes George had suffered more, that to Andrew, suicide isn't justice because he did it on his own terms. And Bree makes a crucial error here to tell Andrew the truth about what really happened in an attempt to make him feel better about the situation, to know that, it was, in a way, it was Bree's choice for George to die and it was not on his own terms. And Andrew is gleeful when he hugs and thanks Bree, which we know there is a double meaning for. And oh, yikes.
It's not good. I will say that Bree in this scene does what I will refer to as pulling a Susan, which is telling your child and confiding in your child something that they're not emotionally responsible enough to hear.
100%. By the way, son, I have done murder.
There's been a murder.
Murder by proxy.
There's been a murder by proxy. I think as well, Bree is thinking that by telling him this, she's genuinely going to help him and doesn't understand that even Rex, who I know won the husband ranking of season 1, all the men in Bree's life are against her and always have been. And that's really difficult for her. Oh, something else I want to say. Oh, sorry. Ooh, you go.
I was just going to say, do you think that Bree thinks Andrew is capable of hearing this because Andrew has murdered someone?
Right. Right. I think she thinks that Andrew has very clearly stated his needs. That he wants this and this will help him have closure. And she's just been a bit naive about it.
Yeah. She's just desperate to make her son feel better.
Yeah. And another thing I will say, which I think is quite interesting, and I didn't catch it the first time I watched this show. I think we started this story with the tale of the prodigal son returning.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Zach
yeah,
returning.
Yeah. Didn't clock it with this plot line, but yeah, you're right.
We also, and this idea of the son always returns is held in open arms. Andrew has returned not being held in open arms. However, I do think there's an implication of he's going to come back to her. He's going to come back to Bree in some way. That this is not... there's been a lot of dynamics in this show that feel like an inevitable catastrophe or an inevitable end. This doesn't feel like that. There's real love there because there's real pain there.
Yeah.
To me, anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
In our next scene, Susan has blackmailed Addie the daddy into having a relationship with her. And Addie is still extremely reluctant to be any degree of warmth towards Susan. Again, I guess in this arc, she is the prodigal daughter who's returned.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this vibe going on throughout the episode. Susan is trying to connect and showing him childhood memories that mean a lot to her. But he's so clearly deeply uninterested that it's heartbreaking. She's even showing him that she took her mum's hairdresser to the father-daughter dance. That one upset me. I did feel sorry for Susan, my sweet girl. Thank goodness that the UK, well, I don't know about the UK, but thank goodness Edinburgh did not do anything like that. Can you imagine a wee father-daughter dance? You would have to be my father. I'd be like, I've brought Jakub. Eventually, he gets up and kind of to placate her, says, I'll take the hobo picture.
Which was another contender for quote of the week for me.
Referring to a Halloween picture of Susan. And he just leaves. And it's sad.
Yeah, Susan's dad is being awful to her, but I will say his remarks did make me laugh. I couldn't help it. It was quite a funny scene, even though I could see how awful he was being. In the next scene, Susan is buzzing to get a call from her dad later, but then immediately let down to realize that he needs her to bail him out of jail.
Ugh.
Hard cut to the jail, where we learned that he was arrested for solicitation. More importantly, Susan finally levels up her season 2 fashion with this really nice kind of, I don't know how to describe it even. It's like a smart sort of jacket, not a blazer, but it's fitting very nicely on her. It's got this like black and dark red poppy pattern on it. It's lovely. It's lovely. Dressing up for the jail.
Maybe she heard about Gabby dressing up for the jail and she thought she would do the same thing.
So Susan's dad makes a bunch of gross comments. It's clear he sleeps around a lot, and basically the writers are working overtime to make this man unlikable.
And do you know what? It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
And
He says pop-up ads. What are we doing?
And I suppose we're also supposed to question why Susan is persevering so hard with this relationship.
I mean, I get it because I think Susan still is presenting this idea in her head of the fairy tale. And she is, even when she's showing the pictures. I think it takes this moment for her to kind of see, oh, this is a really messed up man. And this man can't give me what I have expected out of this situation.
I don't think she's there yet. I think it's later in the episode that moment hits.
Maybe. But listening to him say that he is one of the people that responds to those pop-ups that say, do you want to have a hot date? Yuck.
I will say, I am not defending Addy the Daddy in that.
You
I just want to be clear. But I do feel like in 2005, a man of his age on a computer, I don't feel like he's very technologically versed. I'm like, we know that's obviously spam kind of stuff.
Yeah. Even the way that it's clear that he has been consistently having affairs on his marriage and disrespecting his marriage, there's no remorse. There's no, I shouldn't have done that. There's no, my wife has stood by me for X amount of years. There's no regret. It's so just something he does.
About it all, yeah.
He even makes some gross comments about his wife's body, which are despicable.
I didn't even note them down because I was like, I don't want to talk about that.
And then Susan still pays his bail money, which is crazy. Crazy. I'd leave him there.
Well, she's just working overtime for his approval or his trying to get him to want a relationship with her and stuff. So I understand her motivation in it, I guess.
I get it. I do. It's like one of those.
But we are judging.
We listen and we judge.
That's what we do here.
That's what we do. It is at this moment I would like to retitle Addy the Daddy to Addy the Baddie.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Because he was the employer of Sophie. And I believe they said she was a lot younger when they had an affair and she got pregnant with Susan. He has been continuously cheating on his wife. He's so cold to Susan, Addy the Baddie. Everything we know about this man.
There ain't no good there.
Susan has driven him home and is saying, I'm kind of done. Susan has driven him home and Addy the Baddie says, I assume this relationship is done. And she says no, she wants to have coffee with him. And he says, I will have coffee with you, but I will bring my own coffee because yours is horrendous.
And I like that she's a terrible maker of food and drinks.
Once he gets out of the car, we see a woman, Carol. We remember her from earlier. And little Carol is crafty and is noting down Susan's license plate. She's handy. She knows what she's up to. Once again, a better detective than Mike Delfino.
Thank you. Throughout this whole set of notes, I've referred to her as Mrs. Detective Susan's dad's wife.
I still think we should have given...
It's a lot to type, but I did it.
We should have given this arc to Pat. I stand by that.
She kind of reminded me of Pat, actually.
Although Pat had a weird haircut this episode. Did you see it? It was like
I did, because in the end of the episode when she came in again, I was like, oh.
Not very Mormon.
No.
Not very Mormon.
Well, that's why she left Utah.
Oh my God.
Maybe she's excommunicated from the church. Drama. See, this is why we need her on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Anyway, we get a phenomenal scene now.
Yes.
With Mrs. Alberta From.
Thank you. We forgot her name and called her Mrs. Feline.
But yes, if you remember, she is the neighbor who Susan cat sat for in that one of the cold opens back in season 1. Anyway, she is wearing what is, I hope you'll agree, the fashion outfit of the week.
Correct.
It is phenomenal.
Correct.
She's wearing a hot pink sweatshirt with a big old cat's face on it as she is out walking her own cat like a dog on a leash. I'm obsessed with her. I think she's definitely an honorary member of the Cursed Powerpuff Girls Club.
Yes.
but just a friend of, because she doesn't have enough screen time to make it a full cast member on that show.
Friend of the pod. Friend of the PPG.
Yeah. However, at this moment, she is not walking. She's frozen in place and looking at something, clearly in shock. And then we see that she's looking at Susan's home as Susan comes out to collect her newspaper, unaware of the word whore spray painted on her garage door, massive all caps. Even the cat is just sat there staring. Very well-behaved cat.
I don't know how she's got such a well-behaved ginger cat to be walked like that.
Crazy.
Also, I know it wasn't invented at the time, but Alberta's shirt is from Temu. I know that's not a thing. That is the most Temu shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Incredible. When Susan eventually stops talking to Mrs. Fromm and turns around to see the graffiti for herself, she is naturally shocked.
I thought that it was quite nice handwriting. I also really admire the directness of it.
Yeah, gets the message across.
Yeah. So, I'm so excited to talk about this scene. I saw it was allocated to me and I felt like I'd be given a present. My birthday's come early. Baddie the Daddy. Sorry, Addie the Baddie. Wait, Zaddy the... No.
You get your words right.
Addie the Baddie has come over to inspect the crime scene and he has recognised his wife's penmanship, which I thought was actually quite sweet.
Well, I would argue that he's recognised just this signature move that Carol has perhaps done on other of his affairs.
I will say that I would know Rory's handwriting anywhere. I do know most people's handwriting very well. It's one of the first things I notice about people, actually. I could tell your handwriting a mile away. So please don't write whore on my new house.
Maybe I want you to know it was me.
If you do it, could you do it with kind of glow-in-the-dark paint so that it can only be seen at night?
That'll be fun.
Funky.
Yeah.
Funky. But it's a bit different. Okay, so Addie the Baddie is reluctant to intervene in Carol's shenanigans until Susan pushes. And we get one of my favourite show moments ever afterwards. He leaves. A car approaches. Edie looking fabulous. She looks like groovy chick type of vibes in the fun sunglasses, a pink bandana, everything that you ever want from Edie. Susan says, "Hello, Edie. Do you have something you'd like to say?" Edie says, "No, that pretty much says it all."
I feel like Edie has a sixth sense for knowing when Susan's in an embarrassing situation because she comes speeding around that corner at a definitely illegal miles per hour.
I also think it's interesting that I love maybe I'm projecting a bit much that's not in this show. I love that Edie, who's often painted with that title by the girls, by Susan, gets to see it on Susan's garage door.
Oh, that'll be so gratifying to Edie, I'm sure.
And also, I imagine quite powerful. Like, this is what it's like to be called that. No, obviously, this is more of a public shame type of thing, but I had a good time.
Oh my God, the next scene made me really sad.
Which one's the next?
So we're at
No!
So we're at the supermarket. Susan is being stalked through the aisles by Mrs. Detective Susan's dad's wife.
Oh my God, how are you doing this?
At the supermarket. And, we see her kind of poking around the corner, following her until eventually they come face to face. And Susan is like, "Oh, did he tell you about me?" Clearly he didn't, because Carol starts assaulting Susan, throwing stuff from her basket at her, calling her slurs, until eventually Susan blurts out the truth that she is Addie the Baddie's daughter.
Fair play to the actress who plays Carol, because she genuinely made me laugh when she went, "I want to die. I do."
Made you laugh? I was so
That
sad.
delivery.
Also, your delivery was not representative of it. I felt like it was genuinely a heartbreaking.
It made me laugh.
I want to die. Like, it was so sad to me.
It made me laugh.
God.
The rest made me
wow,
sad.
I can't believe that made you laugh. You're so heartless.
I think it's just... I don't know, maybe I am heartless, but it got me. Also, it was like the shot of the bag of pinto beans. This is when I started to get upset. And she goes to clean up, and Susan says they have people that can do that for you. You don't have to do that. And I was thinking, no, Martha's dead. She doesn't work in the supermarket anymore. The person who can do that's no longer there.
R.I.P. Martha Huber. Carol asks Susan how old she is and realizes that Susan basically was conceived right after she got married to Addison, and therefore the cheating has been going on the whole time.
Which is worse. I can't explain why it's worse, but it's worse.
There's no good situation here.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, this is the good time to cheat. But it feels so much more painful because it means their entire relationship's been a lie.
Yeah. And basically, as Carol walks away so defeated, she warns Susan to protect her heart, basically, and tells her that that man is going to disappoint her.
Yeah, and she says he's going to break it.
Oh.
It's so sad. And I do think it's so sweet not sweet, I don't know what the right word is here. Carol immediately calls Susan sweetheart and starts to look at her
sympathetically.
Yes.
Like, you're in the same boat as me. You're also being betrayed by this man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a kind of understanding between the two of them, which is really beautiful. Susan knows what she's saying when she says, I'm 38. It's so sad. But the I want to die too did make me laugh. I think sometimes something is said so sincerely that it throws me.
Yeah, fair.
Susan is out painting in the rain. Let's talk about it. What? No, let's talk about it. What? She's painting her garage door in the rain, and Addy the baddie comes over with a brolly saying, that's dumb.
He's right. He may be a baddie, but he's right.
But physically, how is she doing this? It seems to be really heavy rain. The paint tray would be filling with water and making really watery paint, presumably.
It's all for the mood. She's just do you know what it is?
Pathetic fallacy.
She's like literally like a child who's like mopey and just wants people to ask her what's wrong. So she's actively doing something depressing kind of thing.
She's the person that posts a Facebook status checking into hospital over a very minor thing. And it's like, what's wrong, babe? DM me.
Oh, wow. Why do I just feel like I traveled in time, you saying?
It's still happening. We're just not there to see it yet. For some reason, Addy, I don't know if his conscience is coming. I don't know if it's a conversation he's had with Carol, or if he's just genuinely starting to feel guilt about the situation. He says to Susan, he does have some likable qualities. And he offers that he was a volunteer fireman and that he started a foundation to protect wild horses. And it does seem like he's trying to get her back to the fairy tale bit a little bit. What did you think?
I thought this scene was very cute and all, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure we never see this man again on the show. If we do, it's maybe one more episode. I'm pretty sure we never see him again.
After the bongo comment, I will never say that this is a character's last episode ever again. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me again, folks. It's not happening.
But I did like how what was it? He said like the third thing that he's proud of is Susan, kind of is what he implies, or something along those lines, because he's come to see what a good person Susan is or something.
To which I say, you don't get credit for that. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
You don't get credit for that. And it's such a cop-out. It feels like a cop-out to me, but I don't know if that's me putting myself a bit too much into Susan's shoes there, but you don't get the credit for being the parent when you've not been the parent, and you've not even been nice to her. I
completely agree with that. I do think it's what Susan wanted to hear, and he does imply that he is willing to like continue. I guess now that it's all out in the open and Carol knows about her, that he is willing to get to know her further, even though I'm pretty sure he does certainly not on camera. But I mean, I think just because of Susan clearly got what she wanted, so I felt like it was very cute as a result of that, because I ultimately was rooting for Susan in this arc.
I think, it does kind of feed into what I was saying a little of he's giving her the fantasy. He's giving her a piece of the fantasy back that she didn't have before. Oy, oy, oy.
And that's Susan, and potentially a wrap on Addie the Baddie. You will not be missed. I'm so obsessed with this whole plot line. I love all of the Sister Mary stuff. It just, I love it so much.
Sister Mary makes me so deeply uncomfortable. I can't handle it. I'm already like, I need to see the back of her so soon. And I know I don't.
So Gabby storms a church in this scene. It's quiet, Mass is not in session, but Gabby dramatically enters in her suit of armor, i.e. her fabulous silvery metallic jacket.
No.
She is literally like a knight charging into battle, ready to fight for her love. And so I really feel like she's wearing all this metallic stuff like it's armor.
I think that's a beautiful interpretation. I hate this outfit.
Wrong. We need to keep Gabby in metallic tones, people.
Gabby storms the church. I'm assuming going to confession to confess the sin of this outfit. She is wearing a skirt with Poundland looking rhinestones on it. And she's paired it with a blazer, which actually isn't a blazer. It's a shock blanket that they give to people who have gone through a bad situation in an emergency services back of an ambulance type of situation. It is not flattering. It is not nice. Both materials look cheap. She looks cheap. I hated it so violently. Do you know how bad your outfit has to be outdressed by the nun in this scene?
I have half a mind to cut that just for the barefaced lie that you told. Don't believe the lies, desperados.
I'll put up a poll.
Yeah, you better.
You liked that skirt. You liked that rhinestone-looking
Honestly,
skirt.
I don't remember the skirt. I was too enchanted by
So we're not talking about her outfit then. You're talking about one piece of it. And let me tell you, that piece was a mess.
So she's here to confront Sister Mary.
We do 20 minutes talking about the outfit.
Oh, I could. 1v1 me right now. Okay. She's here to confront Sister Mary because Carlos has missed their spa appointment. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But Carlos enters and has basically been helping Sister Mary out with church stuff. She's preparing to send a relief team out to Botswana where a drought is happening. Now, Carlos is kind of shocked in this scene that Gabby is being so, quote, selfish and not seeing that his charity work is more important than some massage. But it doesn't matter what their plans were. They had plans and he just left her hanging and didn't show up. Send a text. Mm-hmm. This will be reflected in the husband rankings.
It sure will. I completely agree with you. Just so to give no communication is even if the plans are shallow and he feels he wants to do something meaningful, he still shouldn't be leaving his wife without communication and then acting like those plans were stupid in the first place, particularly when he's just been in prison. And as Gabby's saying, she's trying to reconnect with him after that time.
Yeah, exactly. Specifically what she says, which cracked me up, was, we are supposed to be working on our marriage, Carlos, but we can't do that as long as Our Lady of Perpetual Stick Up Her Butt has you worrying about thirsty orphans. I think that was my quote of the week.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that.
And Carlos seems to have Sister Mary Hot Pants on this pedestal. But because he even makes this little comment about, she would never be like that. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm saying this with my full chest, 100%, anybody disagrees with me, you're wrong. He would not marry this woman.
Oh, no chance.
He would hate being married to someone like her.
This is a phase that Carlos is going through because he's just come out of jail. He's maybe got some guilt after reflection, and this is a phase. Anyway, Gabby makes it clear that Sister Mary Hotpants is trying to get between them, which Carlos does not believe and walks away. And then on her way out, Gabby walks past Sister Mary, who points out that she looks tense and should think about getting a massage. And she has such a smug look on her face. But after pausing a moment, Gabby chooses to pick her battles and continues on out the church.
Dare I say, Carlos is yet another victim of the Madonna whore complex.
Ooh, you said it.
Da, da, da. It made me so angry. Ugh.
It made me laugh.
See, we're subverting this
Yeah,
episode.
we are.
Gabby is next seen in what I first thought was an AA meeting and then realized it was a church meeting.
So did I.
I was like, why is Gabby in AA? She is looking beautiful in blue. And she is there to keep a little eye on Sister Mary Hot Pants and on Carlos. The Reverend approaches and explains to her that they're scaling back on their relief trip in Botswana. And Sister Mary Hot Pants can't even go this year with Sister Greta.
Devastating.
So Gabby seizes an opportunity. How much cash are you short, Father? The Reverend happily goes up to the front next to Sister Mary Hot Pants and reveals that they have had a spontaneous donation of $8,000.
And in today's money...
Oh, I wish I knew. Just kidding. It's $13,276.89.
Hey, there it is.
13 grand. My Google Chrome Wrapped would look like you're the number one visitor of this inflation of US dollar website. If Google Chrome did a Wrapped. Here's my thought on this. And it's not going to be a popular opinion. Da, 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 da.
Well, I mean, after your comments on the metallic look, we're prepared for your unpopular opinions. Go ahead.
Carlos should have donated that money already. He had it. Why didn't he do it?
There we go.
He clearly knew about the situation. He was willing to sell his sports car. They have the money to spare.
This is just plot. This is pure plot. What did they do with that money from the sports car? Because that must have been a lot of money.
I will also say, Carlos doesn't look happy when it's revealed.
Yeah, because he's got the hots for Sister Mary Hot Pants.
And the Reverend then weirdly winks at Gabby. Weird, didn't like it.
My favorite part though is at the end when Sister Mary clocks what's happened, and she's such a good actress because she gives off the most angelic smile that you just know is evil, and I love it.
Again, I've said this before about other characters. I know this is a good actress because the way that if I saw this woman in the street, I would want to be like, I hate you. I know it's all made up, but I hate you.
I also love the dynamic that Gabby has with this priest, and there's a couple scenes throughout the whole run of the show with them, and I don't know, it makes me laugh.
It's a little side quest.
Yeah.
Of the subplot of the show.
Yeah. So I think what is another day, Gabby comes home, and she thinks she sorted everything out and the nun is no longer a threat. And maybe
she thinks it's none and done.
And maybe
Episode title.
But she's not done.
She's
sticking around. And maybe I'm reading too much into this, but in this scene, Gabby has this like pink top where the shoulders kind of peel back over the shoulders. Does that make sense?
Yes.
To me, it felt kind of like fairy tale princess dress top half. And I'm like, she thinks she slayed the dragon. She's taken off her armor and now she's in the fairy tale princess dress. Does that make sense? Or am I reading too much into that?
Jakub, you had me from the moment you said, am I reading too much into this? I love reading into everything. I love that analysis. I think it's brilliant. It almost makes me want to like the jacket.
There we go. Where was I? Yeah, so Gabby's come home and she thinks that the threat of the nun is gone. However, the nun is here, and supposedly to say goodbye.
She's openly flirting with Carlos here. Openly touching him. Openly smiling at him in a flirtatious way. And Carlos is going along with it, and it's gross.
Gabby feigns that she'll miss Sister Mary Hot Pants. But surprise, Carlos is also going to Botswana now. For 2 months. Again, not talking to his wife about this major decision. They're leaving in less than a week.
And what of Sister Greta?
What of Sister Greta? So Shan on Sister Greta.
Sister Regretta. So, I do like one tiny detail about the scene. The writers know us at this point, Jakub. They hear us.
You personally.
Yes. And they added in a line just because we would have brought it up, which is Carlos being like, my parole officer has approved this. Because I would have said it.
He goes to write a letter to thank his parole officer, which is more communication than he has given to Gabby. So when he leaves to do that, Gabby and Mary have a moment alone, and we get the interaction where Gabby says, I may be Catholic, but I am so not above slapping a nun. And then Mary says, go ahead, do it. Just make sure you hit hard enough to leave a mark. Yeah. I didn't think so. It was like, oh my goodness, it really is a 1v1.
The nun is evil. The nun is evil. In order for Carlos to go to Botswana, he needs to pass a physical. So Gabby and Carlos are in the hospital. Gabby points out that there's perfectly good poor where they are, and he doesn't need to go to Botswana for 2 months after being in jail for, to be honest, we don't know how long. It's changed a lot.
A flexible amount of time.
Time has passed. Carlos gets very snippy with Gabby, saying that Gabby won't be able to stop him. Then he kind of runs off because he's called for something. I don't remember. And then Gabby hands over Carlos's file to the nurse. The nurse flags that they have not filled out the allergy section. And Gabby says, oh, Carlos is allergic to eggs, but I doubt that's going to come up. Well, it turns out that's going to come up because an allergen to eggs can mean that his yellow fever vaccine causes an allergic reaction with him.
I think it's crazy that Carlos is allergic to eggs because, like, that's just a throwaway line. And we will 100% over the course of the show see him eating things which clearly have eggs in them.
I have a very vivid memory of Carlos eating a pineapple upside down cake, and I'm 90% sure. Unless I'm seeing specific episodes that are centered around Gabby struggling to make an egg-free cake, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, anyway.
It's there for the plot. Gabby seizes the opportunity and says, oh, did I say eggs? I meant fish eggs. To which the nurse rightly says, what on earth? And she says, oh yeah, he's never ever been able to have caviar.
Now that's suffering.
Also, how would he know he's allergic to caviar if he's never had it? Plot hole. Now, Jakub.
Yes, Erin.
What are you allergic to?
Nothing.
Cool, let's move on.
Do you have any fun allergies to talk about?
I mean, I don't know if they're fun. I'm allergic to erythromycin, and I'm allergic to wasp stings.
There we go.
That's why. Oh, also, I'm mildly intolerant to honey. Wasps and honey.
I do remember that.
And you're intolerant to women. If I recall.
I simply will not tolerate them. So, Carlos later is not well.
He's not doing good.
No, he's had the vaccine, which he should not have had. First of all, sorry. On the previous scene, Carlos should know his wife better than to trust her with those forms. This is fully on Carlos, as far as I'm concerned. I
mean, I know he doesn't know about this, and will probably never know. This woman fully faked a paternity test.
Oh, yeah. In any case, he is not well. He is in bed. He's feverish and apparently delirious because it sounds like he thinks he's in the village in Botswana.
Yes, this scene is great because the start of this scene, I was so against Gabby doing this. By the end of this scene, I was like, give him another dose. Give the man another dose.
Yeah, so he's all delirious and he says, oh, hold me. So, Gabby's like getting in close and she gives us a little insight into what's on her mind, and we essentially learn that she loves him so much exactly how he is, i.e. greedy, insensitive, selfish, all these things, and she's scared that if he changes, he'll realize that she hasn't and won't want her anymore. And yeah, so he's asking her to hold him, and she comes in close and hugs, and then Carlos is like, oh, Sister Mary. It's giving Ross saying the wrong name at the altar.
Give him another dose of the vaccine. I hate him in this episode.
The ranking's gonna be low. We're almost there because now we just have our final scene.
We're almost
So Mary Alice, indeed, we are.
Thank you.
So Mary Alice,
Wow! Sorry.
living on a recap
Living on Wisteria Lane.
lane.
The aliens just hear us singing that, everyone.
And then they immediately fly away. They're like, nope.
I don't know why aliens would do this.
We don't know what aliens are like.
Yeah, we don't know their business. Okay, it's the final scene.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Mary Alice's voiceover talks about, once again, stories as old as time and is essentially recapping the episode for us. She mentions the prodigal son again, i.e. Zach and Paul and Mike, I guess. And yeah, it sounds like she's going to list off all these famous stories, but after the prodigal son, she's just recapping the plot. Yeah, she's like, oh yes, the jealous wife who tricks the husband who trusts her. I'm like, I don't think that's like as big a story as you think, Mary Alice.
I think it is. I think she's more talking about. So the prodigal son is obviously the prodigal son, but she's also saying these tales have been happening forever, and kind of feeding back into the overall idea of the show of these women have been every woman, like we see in the credits.
Yeah, totally. So she basically ends up asking why we tell these stories again and again, and it's because they're about family, and that there's nothing more important.
It's about family.
Yeah. And then it ends with a cute little shot of Lynette and Penny in the daycare, just having a lovely old time. Cute little ending.
It's sweet.
And that's that.
And that is that. Well, I actually had to look this up because something wasn't adding up to me.
Oh.
And I found out that the scenes from this episode with the Applewhites were meant to be in a previous episode, but due to the change in casting of Caleb, they were reshot.
Oh.
And I wonder if that is in some way contributing to why this episode doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, very possibly. Reshoots always have that kind of effect, whether it's a movie or a show or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who's your worst neighbor, Erin? Oh God, I can't wait. I can't wait.
My worst neighbor is Alberta From.
Why? Simply why?
For not telling Susan that it said whore and giant letters behind her. I had nothing.
I mean, what was she gonna... I mean, Susan's right there. She's gonna see it.
Just be a gal's gal. Be a gal's gal.
I put Carlos because I think the not texting to cancel, I think that's not very neighborly. Like if I had plans with my neighbors and they just didn't show up, I'd be... But imagine I had plans to have a dinner party and the neighbor just didn't come after I went through all the effort of cooking and they didn't text me. I'd be raging.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is pretty bad. Trying to think who else is in this episode. Let me do a wee quick scroll-a-rinny.
Scroll-a-rinny?
Scroll-a-rinny. I mean, abducting your children's it's not good, but it's not bad neighbor.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stick with Alberta.
Fair, stick to your guns.
And I
can
love
respect
her.
that. Yeah.
Monster of the week.
I put Fran.
Poor Fran. I can see why Fran would be the monster of the week. That does make sense. I have put the piano.
For taking up all of Betty's screen time.
Yeah. I mean, if we're being honest, the monster of the week is Sister Mary Hot Pants. But she will continue to be a monster.
Yeah. So if we're talking of the week, I'm leaning on Fran.
Yeah. Let's rank some husbands.
Carlos gets a 3 for me. I would have put lower, but then I thought, you know what? He's done a lot worse and there has to be room to go down. Like, I don't want to put not cancelling on Gabby on par with like messing with her birth control and hate crimes and all that. So I've put him as 3.
I would say 2. My justification is not only the cancelling plans on Gabby, he's being a horrible husband to her in general. He's acting like she's shallow. He's openly comparing her to another woman.
Let me just change this to a 2. There we go.
Carlos, you're making me so mad. And he is going away for 2 months without telling his wife.
Yeah. It's not a good time to be Carlos.
Birth control episode, Carlo got 0, I recall.
Quite possibly, yeah.
So,
that's fair.
you know.
Yeah, okay. there's room to go down. We've not done the negatives yet, but who's stopping us?
Who's stopping us? We can do what we want. I can't
Yeah.
wait to bring in decimal points. I'm going to give Carlos a 2.25.
I put 5 for Mike. He's there. He's not really in it in a husband capacity right
Mike's going to win the ranking this
now. Purely
season
on his beigeness.
for being
the
nothing.
most boring husband.
For being absolutely nothing.
And then Tom's not in this episode, so I just put any and we'll put his average in.
Yeah. I was going to say 5 because he's not done anything good or bad.
Fair.
He just exists.
He does. Uh-huh. Well, that was episode 10, baby.
That was episode 10.
The caffeine is long worn off.
I know.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, me too. We said we were going to do something after this. I don't think we are. I think sometimes you just need to say, this has been fine. I will see you.
And we hope you all had a fine time.
I hope you had an okay time and that you'll come back to do it again.
Yeah, we hope you had a beige time with us.
Thank you very much to all of our patrons. Thank you very much to Poppy. Thank you very much to Rosie. Thank you very much to Tom Apologist. And thank you to everybody who has listened to this episode.
Stay desperate, baby. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Be sure to check out our Instagram for visuals, behind the scenes content, and more.
You can find us by searching for Modded, that's MEWDYD.
Or just search for Mary Alice, What Did You Do?
This podcast is brought to you entirely by us, Erin McGee.
And Jakub Tanzi. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to leave us a review. It really helps us out.
Join us next time for another episode of Mary Alice,
What Did You Do?